Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know I've been gone for quite a while, but here I am, I'm back. We've been doing quite a couple of things. I was in Dubai for almost a week, making more networks, sourcing for more cars, growing our import and our vehicle import business, and I've honestly missed you guys, but so far so good. And I'm shooting this from Milimani Resort, that's in Kakamega, some 380 kilometers away from Nairobi, towards the northwest part of Kenya, actually more or less the western part of Kenya. And we came here for the Amapiano Festival, as you've already seen in that nice introduction, and we've had quite a lot of fun. It was a very beautiful event. We've enjoyed ourselves we've made so many friends, and generally it's been a good experience. I'm always looking forward to traveling through every single part of Kenya, and mnanitanga mtalii, and I love that name. Kazi yangu ni kuwapeleka around the Kenyan country as we sample these nice cars and as we enjoy the beautiful country that God has given us. So right now, today is a Sunday morning, and I want us to reposition back to Nairobi. So I drove to Kakamega in a 2015 Porsche Cayenne. For those who've been keen on the channel, this is the same vehicle we tested out in Susa, and it was such a good review that I actually ended up buying that particular Porsche. So this is now my vehicle, and we're going to do a lot of adventures with this car, because one of the reasons I bought it is because that diesel engine is very good if you do a lot of cross country, and the fact that it's a Porsche also gives me the presence I need as a businessman. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this particular road trip. Today's episode is sponsored by cayennecaro.com. Head over to cayennecaro.com. It's a very beautiful website. There are so many cars on that website. Go check out what you're looking for. There are so many options. There's the option of cars in Kenya. Those are the vehicles that are available in Kenya. And there's also the option of direct import. So if you want to import a car, there's a carefully selected selection of cars on that particular section of the website. So head over to cayennecaro.com, and thanks in advance for watching this video. So for this road trip, I'll be joined by two of my colleagues, Dennis, who's normally in charge of the marketing, and Felicity, who does everything in the office. We don't even have a job description for her. She does everything. But mostly she handles cayennecaro.com. So she's mostly in charge of the website, and just coordinating the many activities in my messed up diary. So anyway, the route from Kakamega to Nairobi is quite interesting because there are so many options in terms of the road you can use, the roads you can use. Option number one is we can depart from Kakamega to Kisumu. Then from Kisumu we proceed onwards to Nairobi, and then there's option number two, which I think I'm going to take. I don't know if many people are conversant with it. So we position from Kakamega, we get to a place called it's called what? Inaitwa? Kapsabet. Yes, there's the route that takes us to Kapsabet. Pale kwenye mtu ana branch yanga kunaitwaje? Pale kwenye kuna junction ya kuingia na kina Sabatia. Kuna hiyo junction ni mbali ama kunaitwaje? Hiyo junction Mudete. There's a place where there's a junction where you're going to branch off from the highway that goes to Kisumu, and then we are going to proceed towards the road that takes us through Sabatia, through Vihiga, Shamahoho, Cheptulu, onwards to Kapsabet, and then from Kapsabet we're going to route via Timboroa, twende kutokelezea barabara ya kurudi na Eldoret. So I think that's the route we're going to take. The reason I prefer it is I want to avoid the madness of using the Kisumu route, because it's a Sunday and I expect there are going to be a lot of motorists on the road. So I'm sure by routing through Kapsabet we can avoid most of that drama and basically have a quicker approach to Nairobi. From Timboroa, next stop should be Nakuru, Naivasha, and then we make the short approach into Nairobi. So hope you guys are going to enjoy. And in terms of the risks, it's a very dangerous road. More dangerous more dangerous than the Nairobi Mombasa highway, because there are so many trucks, so many buses, so many shuttles, and being a Sunday, we expect a lot of traffic. So lane discipline is key. You have to overtake carefully, and you have to be a sober driver generally. You just have to watch out for the mad trucks and the buses, mostly the trucks and the buses. So with that, I don't take much of your time. Let me load up the stuff, and then we shoot to Nairobi. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the cockpit of the Porsche Cayenne. This is the 3-liter diesel variant. We've done a couple of developments. I've gotten rid of the DPF. We'll be talking more about that. So, it's flowing in a flow. There's nothing limiting our performance. And we've also done a stage 1 tune on it. So, we are getting a bit more of power. I'll also go into the particulars of that. And I did a very good interior introduction on this car when we did the trip to Suswa. So I'm not going to repeat. But anyway, basically window controls, steering controls over here, the gear is over here, and the infotainment system is over here. So let me start it. We only have one error, electric park brake. I took it to the garage and discovered that this error was being caused by the caliper. One of my calipers is defective. There's a problem with the sensor on one of the calipers, but I've not gotten time to fix it. But so far those are the only 2 errors we're running. Let me see if there's anything else here. It's only those 2 errors here, because they are linked to the parking brake and the cruise control. The cruise control relies on that particular sensor to get some data. So let's depart from Milimani Resort. And first thing I normally do before starting any journey, I normally reset the auto counter by pressing this button. So 0 kilometers. We expect in Nairobi at Mach 380. So let's go. Kakamega is a very beautiful town, by the way. Hope me enjoyed, you know.
It's been fun.
It's been fun, eh? Still nursing hangovers. Oh, by the way, I forgot to introduce, but as we drive, everyone introduced. At the back, there's Felicity, and then this is Dennis. Wale watu wa channel, munajua Dennis. We collected the BMW X1 from Mombasa with him. Dennis is in charge of digital marketing at Cayenne Caro. He's one of the youngest guys in our company. Actually, the youngest. Felicity, kuna mtu mwingine younger than Dennis kweli? There's no one else, ndio? They know kwa 21. 2021, same WhatsApp. This is a very nice neighborhood of Kakamega, by the way. Inaitwa Milimani. God should give me a lot of money, because every time I go to a nice place, I'm always thinking venye naweza nunua nyumba hapa. So I always pray for a lot of money.
Places zote kwenye rich people wanakazi inaitangwa Milimani.
Milimani, yeah. Yes, this is Milimani. The hotel we are staying at is called Milimani Resort, owned by a good friend of mine, anaitwa Patrick Najoli. Very nice chap. Met host vizuri. So essentially we are going to make a right turn over here and tutoke kwa main road. Sindio deno? John nimesha sawa, nilikuja huku jana nikiwa.
Right. Then tukifika pale tuta turn left.
Turn left, sindio? No motorbikes. Wewe. Milimani is Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. Oh, okay. Oh, School of Nursing and Midwifery. Yeah. By the way, before we travel so far, we're actually driving through Kakamega. These famous Muliro Gardens. Ndio hiyo hapo. Dennis, you always connect. You're still a young boy, but when I was your age, kulikuanga na scandal ya Muliro Gardens. Things used to happen. Felicity, you remember, sindio?
Sasa simseme.
Aye bana, I know there are kids watching this show. But
utaniambia off camera.
Off camera ndakwambia. Yeah, so we just driven past Kakamega Tom. This is Posta Kakamega, and it's good to note that currently our fuel situation is looking at, we are actually more or less above, we're actually at half tank. So the Porsche Cayenne, ukiweka full tank, it's 100 liters of diesel. 100 liters of diesel. Yeah, that's a very big tank, eh? So it gives us a range of 800 kilometers.
Wow.
800 kilometers, yeah, roughly. Because ideally the consumption on this car is around 10 kilometers per liter. on the highway, if you don't push it too much, it can even go up to 12 or 13. It's a very fuel efficient vehicle. Very, very fuel efficient. But because I'm a mad driver, I don't expect to get those sort of figures. So we have 404 kilometers. Something I typically try to do when there's a prison in Kakamega town. It's weird. And there's a prison. So one thing I normally try to avoid with these diesel cars is that I have a phobia of fueling a diesel car out of Nairobi. Nakwanga tu na hiyo phobia. So I'm not going to make any fuel top up. I'm expecting that this half tank is going to get us to Nairobi. So the half tank is equivalent to around 8,000 shillings. Okay. So I'm assuming that I can reposition this car back to Nairobi without having to add. And the main reason is I'm just trying to avoid having to top up fuel from nikiwa petrol stations jazoea. Because I mostly fuel in more or less the same petrol station. Kwenye naishi, I always fuel at the same petrol station. So nimezoea, and then when I've gotten this diesel car, I think that phobia now has become more pronounced. Because diesel engines have hazipendi stories za kuwekewa mafuta mbaya. You might end up damaging the engine. But so far I've had a good experience. We got rid of the DPF. Getting rid of the DPF, the implication is that we're able to get more power, and what the DPF does, the diesel particulate filter, it kinda limits the emissions. But now it will work against you in a market like Africa. So we just left Kakamega town, barabara imekuwa naro kidogo. So what it does, inakulimitianga performance kidogo. Inakulimitia performance because it kinda tries to filter those fumes. So it will get clogged up very fast if you're driving in a place like Africa where the diesel quality is not very good. So it can even work against you. So for that reason, we got rid of the DPF. Just made the turn off from the road that goes to Kakamega into this road that takes us to Kapsabet. I've seen a signboard saying that it's called Chavakali Junction. I'm not quite conversant with the area. Though I've come to this area many times, but I'm not very conversant with the name of that junction. But I hope you guys get the whole point. So very nice drive. Ndio watu wanatoka kanisa. Alafu nimenotice Waluya wanapenda hizi kanisa za nini? Hizi za zenye watu wana machingi. Zaitango aje divine ama zaitango aje. So far the drive is good. We're enjoying ourselves. Sorry I forgot to introduce Felicity. Hello. Salimia watu.
Hi.
So this is Felicity, works in our office. And make sure you pay us a visit by the way. These are some of the guys you're going to come and meet. So I'm assuming right now we are approaching Mudete. Mudete is the next shopping center after the junction. So onwards and onwards until we get to Kapsabet. So the next towns we are going to expect along the way are there's Cheptulu. Then after Cheptulu, no, actually it's before you get to Cheptulu there's Shamahoho. Actually Sabatia, Shamahoho, and then Cheptulu, and then from Cheptulu all the way to Kapsabet. Because around Cheptulu is where the border between Vihiga and Nandi County is. So we've just crossed over into Vihiga County. Right now we're in Vihiga County. Then after Vihiga County we're going to go into Nandi County. And then once we make the turn off through Timboroa tuende kutokeleza ile barabara ya Eldoret, we'll be in Uasin Gishu County. So we are going through so many counties by the way. And I hope if you're watching from home, hope you enjoy. driving through Cheptulu. This is Cheptulu town, I think nimeona kitu kayo. Nimeona kama Salvation Army Cheptulu branch, si ndio? Yeah, and Cheptulu police station. So yeah, we're driving past Cheptulu, so proceeding on course. Vizuri sana. Yeah, there's a wiper, kuna ofisi ya wiper huko. Yeah. One thing I'll give the government some credits, particularly on this road. It was in very, very bad condition. The last times nilikuwa nakujanga hizi sides, for the past since 2017 I've been coming to this side so many times. This road was not like this. Kulikuwa na so many potholes. So they've actually tried to sort it out. They've actually.
This one is under the county government.
Yeah, pana, this will be Kenha. This is Kenha. This is Zani county. But still, kuna some potholes. Na kama you notice, like it's a very uneven road. Yeah, it's a very, very, very uneven road. And then they also need to expand on the sides because it's very narrow. Nakumbuka tukikam, we had to wait almost like kama 10 minutes to overtake a bus because the guy wouldn't yield to ache tupite. Look at, I don't know if viewers can see this. Notice this KPLC track center bolt take off. Center bolt take off. But now begs the question, how is such a vehicle even? Is it even supposed to be on the road? KCE. So, actually, mtu aniambie kwa comment, nini ufanya gari na kuwa hivyo? I've always tried to understand because ni kama inaenda ikislip. Inaenda ni kama ina skid, ni kama ina drift. I've always wondered, like how is such a vehicle on the road?
KCE is okay, si gari mzee KCE.
KCE.
It's not an old car.
KCE ni? KCE, unajua KCE for after KCF.
So it was 7.
Lakini it was not imported. That's one thing you're not getting. That's a local car, imebaiwa huku. So if the plate, if it's a brand, it's a mosque over there.
The maintenance is...
And KPLC normally has very good workshops. So you'd even unashanga how that even happens. But so far so good, gentlemen. I'm really enjoying the road. At least I get to push the Cayenne. Last time Kwele road trip Yasusu, I never pushed the Cayenne. But this particular road trip is a very, very good it's a very, very good experience. And one thing I'm going to confess, after driving the Cayenne now, this is like my second month, I'm loving the diesel. The diesel is very good. It's very powerful and it still gets the job done. Still gets the job done. So kama sasa hivi cruising at a comfortable 120 kilometers per hour, maintaining a rev of 2000 RPM. So the vehicle doesn't struggle. I'm a happy man. And we are chewing the heels of Vihiga like it's not a thing. But I'm assuming after Cheptulu right now we probably should be in Nandi County, but I'm not very sure. But I'm assuming there's a high probability tunaweza kwa tume cross over into Nandi County. We've just driven past Kapsabet town, which is around the 83-kilometer mark from Kakamega. So we are estimating another roughly 300 kilometers flat to Nairobi, which is kind of like the distance from a place like should be roughly probably like from Voi to Nairobi. kind of like the same distance. So if you proceed straight with this road, it takes you to Eldoret, but because we won't take the shortcut back to Nairobi, we branch off this way. This guy is going to get hit. And we proceed. So this is the road that takes you past I think Timboroa, Chebarbar. Chebarbar is just up the road. I think it's actually Chebarbar, hapa mbele tu. Chebarbar. Kuna place inaitwa Chebarbar. Kwa Nandi, this is Nandi County. Watu wa jacket. Mlingilianga wakali hadi wakaacha kuvaa hizo jacket. Very, very nice road. By the way, Neil, I think I rush to compliment the government. Yeah. The section from just as you approach Kapsabet town on that road is actually it has a lot of potholes, which is funny because what these guys used to do, they fix like the section from, let's say, Kapsabet maybe to somewhere near Cheptulu, and then huku kwingine wanakuja kutengeneza polepole. Sasa wenyewe wamemaliza barabara mzima, the earlier section kwenye walianzia near Kapsabet imeshaanza kupata potholes. And again, you just wonder what the hell is wrong with Kenyan contractors. But I think the problem with these guys is greed. These guys want to make money at all costs. But this road from Kapsabet all the way to Timboroa, where we'll be rejoining the highway, very nice. What I don't like about it is that it has so many bumps. But I think they do that for safety because it goes through a lot of towns. So of course they need to slow you down. But the overall condition of this road, inakwanga sawa sana. It's a very nice road. The cayenne is quite powerful. Nasikia venye una push, napata response, lots of torque, very powerful diesel engine, and you get a lot of top end power. You could be at 150, 140, but if you want to overtake a person, you will get very good power. What is he doing? A few moments ago we branched from the Kapsabet road to the main highway that will take us back to Nairobi. That was slightly around the 130 kilometer mark. So far we are cruising good. I'm enjoying this road. Kwanza, I love this stretch from Timboroa kuteremka all the way to Nakuru. It's very nice just before you get to Salga because of these corners, and you can see the Porsche Cayenne in its element doing a corner at 130. Very stable, feels very nice, very solid, very responsive. The braking is also good. Sasa huyu anafanya nini? These are some of the hazards you have to look out for on this road. For instance, there's again a tractor. I mean, how they let these tractors on the road is something that has always puzzled me. And I've always asked myself, do different parts of the country have different sets of rules? Because these tractors have killed so many motorists. Hii kitu kigongana na usiku, we see no lights, no nothing. But the guy is on a public road. He's driving on a public road. I mean, and he's so confident. He's very sure he's not going to get stopped by anybody. So, quite a bit of a double standard. And the worst thing is the fact that those guys can actually kill you. Do you imagine you're driving at night and or maybe the weather just fogs up kidogo and you can't see him? Oh, yeah. You'll end up going slam right into that guy. I don't know which shopping center is this. There's a stalled truck over here. So we've come to a complete stop. So far, we have 233 kilometers on the range. We're estimating Nairobi at the 380 kilometers marker, so we might have to add fuel. We'll have to add fuel. But I'm also pushing the car. You see, like, we're maintaining, I'm trying to maintain at least 120, 130. And you know that definitely takes a toll on the fuel consumption. Oh God, look at this madman. What the we're maintaining, I'm trying to maintain at least 120, 130. And you know that definitely takes a toll on the fuel consumption. Oh God, look at this madman. What the Me not cuss. There are some traffic cops over here. Let's push it. This road appears to have been retarmacked. It's been almost close to a year since I came to these sides. Because there are some sections zenye hazijanini. I know it's a straight line, watu wasikika wataniua, but we have a visual on the road clearly, and I don't expect any traffic. So you also have to have very good judgment when you're driving on these stretches. Very nice countryside, beautiful rolling hills, nice trees. I mean, come buy a car from Cayenne Caro. Head over to cayenneCaro.com, look for a very beautiful BMW, buy it, get a nice girlfriend, come for road trips this side. And that's how you live to 100, and you live to 100 years. It's very beautiful driving on this road and pushing this Porsche. Every time I drive this car, I feel like Tom Cruise.
How so?
Like, it's just, I don't know how I can describe it. It just makes me feel so cool. Makes me feel so good.
It has a very nice presence.
Yeah, very nice presence, very nice response. It performs in ways that diesel shouldn't perform. Because the sort of response we're getting, you know, the peak, excellent. The biggest hazard on this road, especially this particular section, has to be the trucks. So it's clear over there, so let me overtake. Between Timboroa to Mau Summit, where this road links up with the road that goes to Kericho, we don't expect a lot of traffic. But once we get to that point, that's where the traffic from Kisumu converges. So if we had opted for the Kisumu route, we'd rejoin this road at the Mau Summit marker. Let's overtake this guy. Pushing 110, 114, 122. Very smooth. Woo! Blue Subaru, you have to move over. You not stay on the climbing lane. I mean, what is he doing on the first lane? Hana mbio. Ujeona watu wa Subaru wakikasirika kwa comment. You not stay on the climbing lane. I mean, what is he doing on the first lane? Hana mbio. Ujeona watu wa Subaru wakikasirika kwa comment.
Lakini hiyo ni naturally aspirated.
Hii kimbi. But it's actually a very clear day. Hakuna watu. But from Nakuru sasa kuingia Nairobi, that's where the madness is. That's the home of stay on the climbing lane. I mean, what is he doing on the first lane? Hana mbio. Ujeona watu wa Subaru wakikasirika kwa comment.
Lakini hiyo ni naturally aspirated.
Hii kimbi. But it's actually a very clear day. Hakuna watu. But from Nakuru sasa kuingia Nairobi, that's where the madness is. That's the home of madness. That section you normally see a lot of bad driving. But these sides hakuna nini. Actually doing 170. It's cruising nicely, and you have to be very careful with the Cayenne because it's so fast. And if you don't pay attention to your speeds, utanini, uta speed. Kama sasa sijui nimejipata 160. Whoa, rubble strips.
Was the Q5 this good at the corners?
No, the Cayenne is more stable because I think it's wider. Then we also run in Pirelli 20. Yeah, we're running Pirelli 20 tires. We're running 21 inch rims, and even the wheel, the tires are wider than the Q5. So that gives us some very good handling. Look at that sheer torque. Boom. Funny thing is, I never even have to use the sport mode on this car. Response yake, very nice. Yeah, on point. So we need to slow down a bit here. currently approaching Mau Summit, and we have a major problem. We appear to be losing pressure on one of our tires. So I've just gotten a message from the vehicle that one of our tires is critically low. I'm trying to get to that message somewhere here. But anyway, we are losing. We've been losing pressure constantly. All the other tires are at 2.8 bar. One tire is at 1.4. It actually dropped gradually until we got to 1.4. So obviously we have a puncture on the right rear tire. So what I'm trying to do right now, I'm just trying to get a petrol station and see whether we can do a bit of first aid, that we're able to proceed on with the journey. Good thing we've just gotten to Mau Summit, so I'm expecting maybe I'm able to find a Ruby's, a Shell, or a Total somewhere around and get the help we desperately need. Thank God that the Nairobi-Nakuru route has so many stopovers along the way. You know, like if you're driving from Mombasa, if something like this happens to you between Voi and Mtituandei, yeah, trust me, you're in a lot of trouble. But
no centers.
Yeah, no centers. Yeah, still at 1.4 bar, but I expect a loss because once we got the error message, imeenda ikishuka tu. Started from 2.5 all the way at 1.4. So let me try and get a petrol station. This is one of the things I love about German cars, that you're running a very sophisticated machine that tells you every single time you have a problem. Yeah, 1.3 bar. See, we've lost an extra unit of pressure. Oh God. Yeah, I'm assuming that is a puncture. Okay, so where is the petrol station? Let me try look out for a petrol station real quick. Actually, wacha nieke hapa and check the damage. Tuone venye inaka. Ama no. Let's go. Juu tukieka, we are going to waste precious pressure, and it might now become very difficult for us to get to the petrol station.
Do you have an air compressor or a
yes, we do have an air compressor, and we do have a spare tire.
Okay.
I'm assuming we have a spare tire. I'm not very sure, but I'm assuming. Oh God. That's some bad, I'm setting a bad example. It's a bad motoring example. Should always check and ensure you have your spare wheel and tire. So there's a petrol station right over here, but sasa lakini saya tuwezi chagua petrol station.
Okay.
Sasa tunaingia tu yenye tunapata juu. Kimeumana, sema kimeumana. Now 1.3 kilometers. Hata wanakaa bro. Acha hapana. Acha ikae. Acha tuende mbele tu. Huwezi niambia Mau Summit kutakosa hata Shell. I'm seeing a nice petrol station over there. Let's try and get over there before tires ishe pressure kabisa. It's a dangerous maneuver. I can see him. Nimemwona. But we have no option. We need to get to that petrol station before we totally lose pressure on that wheel. I'm trying to see if I can see anything, but hakuna kitu naona. There's a Lake Oil. Yeah, Lake Oil is nice. Let's go to Lake Oil and have it checked. We are on the A104, and shortly we'll start the descent into Nakuru. Because you know, coming to Western is basically a climb.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me exit. Nasa angalia, look at this mad man. .2 bar. Yeah, that's a very bad puncture. We're losing pressure at a very fast rate. Yeah, so wacha tuiweke hapa. This is actually the first time we're getting a serious problem tukiwa kwa road trip. Road trip zetu zinakuanga smooth, hatujaipata shida. Yeah. Acha niweke hapa. Automatic tire inflator. Nice. Exactly what I needed. So let me check it. So this is the culprit. Clearly, I can actually feel we have a puncture somewhere. Nasikia pressure iki-escape. But I can't really describe kwenye hiyo pressure inatokea. Ni aje? Mnatengenezanga puncture? Wacha tuiangalie. Na nashuku iko na puncture. Tuweze imwagilia maji? Tafuta maji. 35, 40, naekanga 40. Me kill the engine. Ni aje sema? but finally O3, yeah, the O3. Wait. Fitting that tire took almost another 2 hours. It's crazy. Rojo inakata ni tight. Ni tight sana. So we were like trying to fit it inakata pop, but finally managed to pop. Now we can go back to the journey. Our range on the fuel is 180 kilometers. It's currently 15-25 hours. Estimating Nairobi in the next 3 hours, which gives us around 7 p.m. So let's go. Kama kuna kingine?
Just have to.
Ni tuombe. Wacha tuombe. Hizi maswara zimekuwa mingi. So we are back on course. The tires are looking perfect. All tires currently have 2.6 bars. Like a bad horror movie, I don't expect. Oh, sorry, like a good horror movie. Horror movies hazinanga happy ending. Mnafikirianga mmemalizia, you always assume that you're done with the villain, then the villain just comes back as the movie is about to end. So in this case, everything is looking good. 2.6 bars on all the 4 tires. And I'm just hoping that I get to Nairobi at this point. I've spent a night in Nakuru that I hadn't planned for. So I'm trying to speed up. But we're going to observe limits, laws. It's looking very beautiful. The country is dry, but it's looking very beautiful. I think guys are about to plan to go. There's the beautiful lake Nakuru over there. There's a time this lake rose to very crazy levels, even submerged the KWS offices around the lake. I don't know how the situation is looking like currently, but so far so good. So we still need to do a brief for today, and we're going to do it as we drive. So past Nakuru, the traffic becomes quite substantial, by the way, because now you have traffic from Nakuru, traffic from Kakamega, Kisumu, everything converges at Nakuru. Maybe the guys from Joro, all these people will converge to Nakuru and use one highway to proceed onwards to Nairobi. So I think that's one of the reasons that make the Nairobi-Nakuru highway so dangerous, by the way. Very, very dangerous. So we are going to try to be very careful. I normally try to avoid overtaking convoys. I'll also typically try to, you know, just be a good driver. Don't overtake blindly. Don't follow everyone. Don't be a showman. There's a good stretch for that. If you want to show off how fast your car is, Kinungi is the place to be. That hill, up on there we separate the boys from the men. But yeah, it's very steep, and you'll notice guys will come overtaking recklessly from, you know, Gilgil all the way to Naivasha. But at where now the road is wide and you actually need that power, that's when you'll overtake everybody now. Because you see, you'll notice like these people will drive recklessly up to Naivasha, but when they have to drive fast, and you know, when we want to see the real performance of their cars, hakuna kitu kai. Yeah, no power. But anyway, that's the only thing you need to be keen on, because there are so many head-on collisions on this road. Look at this madman.
So it's a coffin, actually.
Yeah, and he's heading for a burial, and like clearly they didn't learn from the dead guy. Anyway. So ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten to the end of our road trip. I know you're probably wondering why I took the expressway. There was a bit of traffic, and because tumeilipia, lazima tuitumie. Anyway, we've just gotten to the end of our journey. I'm dropping off Kina Felicity and Deno in town, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. This one has been wild than any other road trip we've ever done. We've never gotten any car trouble.